Today we're running a Russian Bemepok 8M. I could be pronouncing that wrong, but I don't know any better. I assume it's an 8 horsepower or thereabouts. We're going to go for a ride, and when we get back I'm going to pop the cover off and show you some commonalities with American engines of the same era. Alright, there you have it. I had a couple of geese following me around. You can hear them in the background. Alright, let's pop the cover off of this. So actually, before we do that, let's see if we can figure out some commonalities here. So if we look at this tiller handle here, and these clamp bracket screws, and this tilt lock, and the shift detent down here. Does that look familiar? I think it does. Scott Outwater. It's almost exactly copied. Like the castings are almost exactly the same. But it doesn't stop there. They copied others too. I'm going to see if I can take this off without dropping it in the water. Okay. So we had Scott Outwater on the outside. Looks familiar. Scott Outwater fuel pump on there. Okay. Oh, wait. This looks like AOMCI to me, except it's got super crude aluminum castings. Oh, wait. What do we got here? This throttle mechanism looks very AOMCI-ish to me. Wow, same thing. All right, these coils look like, if I remember correctly, old Suzuki style coils. And the case and block look like an old Champion or early Mercury K-Series 2-cylinder style block, where the crank is in the case and then the block seam is there. It's not split where the crank center line is. So this motor was apparently they grabbed a, oh, wait, there's one more thing I gotta show you. Does this look familiar with the springs down there? 1954 Johnson 5.5, maybe. Okay, so it looks like they got their hands on a couple of engines of ours, and they pulled some designs from them and built an engine. All right, so all picking aside, it runs pretty darn well. I got this, it's super clean, original. All I had to do was clean the carburetor. It has electronic ignition, and I believe it or not, I didn't even touch the fuel pump, and I didn't touch the water pump. But I would bet that that water pump is a Scott Atwater style water pump or similar. Oh wait, one more thing. The fuel connector looks very much like Scott Atwater to me. Okay, but it's a good engine. It's got a whine to it, which is in the gear case. I assume it's shimmed a little too tight. I checked the gear oil. It was original gear oil. It was just, you know, brown, like maybe it was used a couple times, and that's it. It didn't smell. It had no metal filings or anything that indicated that there's something bad going on. So I think it'll quiet down. Mid-range, it's got that whine that you heard, but top speed and idle, you can barely hear it. So anyway, this is a pretty unique opportunity to see one of these, because I've never seen one before. I saw a couple on other YouTube videos, but the videos were very limited. So I wanted to give you a close-up look. Oh, by the way, here's the carburetor, which to me looks like a loose rendition of an old Tillotson HA style carburetor. A very primitive choke here, like the old Mercury KE3s and stuff like that had, if I remember right. Okay, but really that's about it. Oh, and the shifting, it only has neutral and forward, no reverse. So, and you can't turn the engine around either. So you got to make sure you're pointing in the right direction. Kind of took a step back in time with this one. I have no idea what oil fuel ratio to be running, so I'm running it at 32:1 just to be sure, even though I think this is from the 80s and it should be probably good for 50:1. But anyway, there you go, a Russian Bemepok 8M. The cover, by the way, is super light. It's plastic. I mean, it's like brand new in here. And the engine overall is quite light. I don't think it weighs 60 pounds. The castings are really, really rough. All of them are very rough. So my guess is they're also porous, which means there's a lot of air in them. So that's probably why it's so light. I mean, look at this block. Looks like they did it in the backyard in the sandbox. But it does run well. Gotta say, I'm gonna tinker with a little bit more, get it to idle down nice and slow like I like to get them doing, and just run it. All right, run if you got them.